It's your favorite time again, baby dolls. We're going to be doom scrolling Twitter Roonies. You hear that, Glenn? Twitter Roonies. Doom. Why is it called doom scrolling? You're curious? Because that's pretty much, friends, in the bear markets and when things go down, what ends up happening is, this is why it's called doom scrolling in the context of crypto. Because things are bad, prices have capitulated and things are going down, and you're just searching for good news, and you just keep sinking and sinking and sinking lower. You just literally, it's the doom scroll. You just keep, like, you don't want to stop. You're just like, where's the good news? Is everything going to be okay? And there's nothing. It's literally copers, losers. Gainsey comes out saying, oh yeah, you all should have got liquidated. It's kind of funny. Then you have other people saying, you're all going to hell for all your sin, doom and the plague. Everyone comes out and starts talking like that. I still remember, friends, as well. It's kind of funny as well. Speaking on the context of Gainsey, this is Gainsey up here in the top left. I remember because he was making money in 22 in the bear market as everything was going down and capitulating. He was basically laughing at people saying, like, you're all stupid. That's what you get for all gambling. You're all idiots. But it's kind of strange, like, just how he may have had like 20 or 30 million net worth and he's lost. I don't know how much he's lost. I think he's maybe at his peak. Maybe he's down to like 5 or 7 million now. And he's like, friends, he's now on Pump Fun, getting paid to stream. Obviously, they don't tell you publicly, but he's getting paid to stream and doing these deals. It's just, man, that's got to have some humility. So check this out, friends, from LibertySwap Finance. Believe me, the money will always flow to where it's treated best. When Pulse increases its price, it naturally draws liquidity from every corner of crypto. Remember, this is PulseChain with this very, very lovely chart. And then you have a continuation follow-up message, which is what they've just done today. Thank you so much. We'll make it even easier. Our new target is 3 minutes from your bank to the PulseChain Trenches. So that's a new goal for them, to make it faster and faster for people to come in and be able to bridge in their money. Here we have an Epstein cover-up. So, friends, Juliette on the right, she is Epstein survivor, Juliette Rose. She actually follows me. Funny. So shout out to you, Juliette, as well. That's from my UFO videos and my content coming out here. Yeah, it hurts me in the heart because she's got a right on her name, Epstein survivor. I know some people might say, oh, isn't it like, you know, you're drawing attention to yourself as being a victim? But no, it makes it so much easier. Like, because there's 50,000 things. We need labels and stuff. It's a bit of a cruel label to kind of give yourself out here. But here she has the interview. Remember, friends, she was abused by Jeffrey Epstein. She literally saw his head shapeshift. And remember, it's an alien supercycle, which means also Ethereum is going to pump, which has been pumping, friends. $4,000 knocking on the door very soon. It's a conspiracy supercycle, red pill supercycle, and all of these. Here we have Mr. Dirty Crypto, PulseChain P-Dye. Who's the real final boss? Quoting from the Ibiza meme guy out here. They're talking about the final boss. And then Richard Hart says, who's the real final boss as well? But, you know, a lot of people are using this term final boss. So what we should do is Pumpy G for us because we need it. We've got a long way to go as well. I'll just quickly have a peek at the PulseChain prices. Yeah, up 10% and 12s and whatever. Nothing tickling our fancy yet. We need a lot more time, don't we? Check out this post as well. Kenny, Ethereum all-time high before 3K. So a lot of people, friends, this is actually very common in crypto. A lot of people will have, they always say up and then down. Okay, it's literally, if you notice by now, it's the most common predictions of anything in crypto. Even crypto crappo, right? They never go, oh, you're literally just going to drop straight down right here. They always go up and then down forever. Okay, that's what literally they're saying. They go, oh, Ethereum goes up here and then you're going down to 3K. That every single prediction is pretty much like that. That's whenever someone's bearish, they always say that. Check it out. Sweet Green down on news that their food is really bad and gay. I don't know who Sweet Green are, but, you know, God bless you. Here we have some motivational stuff from Patrick. Path of Men. Until death, all defeat is psychological. Nice, inspirational. Yes. It's quite the psychological, I must say, but oh man, you've learned all about this, friends. It's your dopamine, dude. It's your dopamine. It's your literal dopamine. Man, if there's a way without frying yourself to give yourself a dopamine hit, right? Obviously, you do. That's why people take drugs in the first place. But you fry yourself over time. You can't just do that every day. That's why it's a game, man. It's a game, and we have to find a way to win. And that is long-term believing. All right, you got to defeat it. More politician junk. Crybaby alert. Adam Schiff whines about the ballroom he's not invited to. Adam Schiff's back on camera, and this time he's not peddling a hoax. He's pouting over Trump's new $200 million White House ballroom. No tax dollars, no scandal. Remember, Adam Schiff, friends, was the most hilarious thing ever. When Donald Trump was read in, where they taught him about, hey, these are the aliens, this is our UFO tech, here are the Nordics, we're working with some races out here, they help us to give us technology over time. When they told him about the aliens, he literally goes, yeah, I totally believe that. Adam Schiff is one of them. Okay, he made it. That's how you could tell it was real. He literally, the first thing he was thinking about is like these other politicians and stuff out here. Now, remember, friends, this is the black hole, the budget, where they print money. It goes there without that they basically do their own tornado cash funneling. It goes through Ukraine, it goes through Russia, arms and weapons, and there's wars that start around. But that's why we're in always perpetual war as well. They use this war. War's a great time to spend money and then siphon it away and make it disappear. It doesn't really disappear. Where does it actually go? It basically routes around. It goes, pays probably Lockheed Martin, R&D, all the tech, scientists, whatever they have to do to reverse engineer all the anti-gravity stuff out here. Here we have a video here from Link Trader Nightmare. My gosh. Yeah, so look, friends, you only get like that. See, whenever they do these videos, it's a Zoomer kid who is literally they have Orangey's foot in their mouth. Orangey, friends. If you look at Orangey, this kid, Orangey, yes. So, man, friends, I just can't believe how free it is for him. He's literally rinsing everybody. He's literally got like 10,000 people in the Discord. They all think they're making money. What I've heard is, friends, there are people from the Discord. One of the comments was, they go, yeah, I've been in, this guy, he said, I can't believe I spent 6 months of giving this guy my money. I sat in there. He said, what happens is, friends, I think he might be the one that goes to jail just because he looks like he has a punchable face. He might be the one targeted because at the end of the cycle, because what ends up happening is Orangey has, they call them like elite leaders, which is basically insiders that are like ranked under him. And then they have their own groups in his Discord, and they're shilling 15K market cap shitters. So they buy, they shill it, someone in the group buys, and they're just like flipping on them, right? And they're just doing that constantly, and they're hoping this stuff comes out. And that's what's been happening a lot, because there's different levels to this, right? Because they must have like given themselves to him and helped him in a big way to get to where he is as well and help him out. So it's just a vicious cycle, man. But like I said to you, friends, all of this, it doesn't last forever. It only lasts as long as you can get that SOI-ETH ratio to go up. But guess what? It has been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. SOI-ETH keeps going down. You have all these top signals, Cole Salami saying, guess what? I'll give you $100 million to take a short against me because I'm so bullish on SOI-ETH yet. Donald Trump. So yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Remember, we've got Ethereum stablecoin SuperCycle. I know I'm hearing everywhere. You hear from all the KOLs. They go, oh, Ethereum can't do this. It can't do that. Well, I'm just going to tell you something. If Ethereum and it can't do this tech stuff, please explain to me how that stopped Bitcoin money. All right, you can't. Because Bitcoin literally does nothing. It literally does nothing. In fact, they're like, even of the little thing Bitcoin does, the people who are buying Bitcoin, they don't even use it for that. They're not even using Bitcoin to send money. Right, they're buying Bitcoin on a Coinbase wallet and they're just keeping it there. It's not even custodied by them. Right, so case in point, friends. But then you might say, oh no, but they're buying Bitcoin because they want to store the value there. But when they buy Ethereum, they don't want to store value. How do you know, dude? How do you know? They just want the number to go up. Are you confusing brains for a bull market? I think you are. I think, oh no, they're buying this thing because of the tech. They're buying this. How do you know, bro? Go talk to them. All right, and by the way, we can come back. I'll make some videos for you if you're still around when we have red monthly candles on Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance, and you'll see how much they were really believing in Bitcoin as a store of value. So like I say, friends, all of it's Fugazi. They're buying because they're speculating on the future, okay? You know when these institutions, friends, when they buy Ethereum, they're not buying it for today. they're buying it of what they think it's going to be in 5 years from now. You get it? So it doesn't matter if it's like not as fast as Soylana now, but you know, it is what it is. People are going to figure it out the hard way. Shout out to Mr. Crypto Orange from the PulseChain community. I do miss KatieeP. I hope she comes back to be amongst us. So here's a dick with butt army as well. I just noticed the reflection of the glasses. Oh, wow. So he's added a little dick with butt. So this is an actual real mouse pad, by the way. And this is an actual real mouse pad. I think Tangang Mr. Too Spooky ordered it. it's real, friends. It's just, yeah, we were so innocent back then when we thought PulseChain was actually going to go up in the last 2 years. But hopefully it all changes now and everything blows off the roof. Let's just, this is, friends, we've been resorted to literally just seeking dopamine. We just draw squiggly lines on charts. So PulseChain on the weekly chart, this is it. Man, it's done so many green weeks in a row. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's done 6 green weeks in a row. Hopefully we can crank. We got so far behind. Look what it looks like. It looks so atrocious on the linear chart as well. Look how little this is, man. So can you believe it, friends? A year and a half ago, we were 1.8x sack price and just went down only since then. So, like I said, once again, praying things get better. Check out Mr. Iceberg, what it feels like to use Ethereum. This is the Mogcat with Peppy going out here. Wow, you're like surfing the world. Yay, that's great. That's cool. Remember, we are all here to mog all the non-believers. Yeah. Don't forget, friends, crypto goes very parabolic, very fast. And you might say, but, you know, are you sure it's going to happen? No, we're not 100% sure. It's just that, look, everything's set, man. You've got mum and dad retailers. They've seen Michael Saylor on TV saying $30 million Bitcoin. You have Donald Trump, the president, likes it. Pretty much every single face who can appear to the world to invite normies who are inexperienced with finance and crypto, it's all been set. All the TV media has been set. So if there ever was a cycle where they come in, they throw in a lot of money and we go parabolic, it has to be this one, man. I really like it. Everything's set in stone, pretty much. You know, we're just waiting now. It's just a waiting game because they don't know what happens to these Bitcoin treasuries in a bear market. They don't know. Right now, they have an appetite for this stuff. They have absolutely no idea, right? It's also interesting. So it's funny. This is the thing, right? Think about the dichotomy here. So the black and white contrast. People don't know about the risks of the Bitcoin treasuries in a bear market where all the companies want to go down and people want to sell the Bitcoin. They want to take losses. They want to leave. They want to sue them. So you see how that's like, I'm telling you, watch out because people are like not looking at risks. Okay. Altcoins are so low. It's the other side. I'm saying, hey, your risk is altcoins just keep going really, really fast to have a mania of 3 to 5 months and you've missed the whole thing. Do you see how like two different worlds? Because altcoins are so cheap and Bitcoin is so expensive relative to them. That's another way of saying that what I've done is I've qualitatively described for you Bitcoin dominance being high, which we all look at all the time. Right here, Bitcoin dominance is at 61%. It's got a long way to go down, friends. A long way to go down. Let's see. This is gold as well. Look at it, Epstein. Epstein trafficking lives on. Jeffrey Epstein and Jean-Luc Brunel's notorious MC2 model management, the agency built on a foundation of exploitation and trafficking, lives on in Tel Aviv, Israel, hidden in plain sight, purportedly dissolved in 2019, but it's still operational. So here they are, man. That's where they are. Gosh, that's funny, man. Here we are. They're still operational. They actually have a phone number. Oh wow, you can call the phone number here. Look, it's a red pill SuperCycle. All right. Let me just show you as well. Look at this, friends. Look at this data. Reports of miscarriages and stillbirth by year. Do you notice something here? This is, friends. Look at it. So obviously, there's some weird stuff going with these vaccines and things out here, right? So blue-pilled cucks. You were wrong about the Jenga towers falling, 9/11. Blue-pilled cucks were wrong about UFOs. They say they don't exist. They do exist, okay? They were wrong about reptilian humanoids. We literally got people shape-shifting around, okay? They were wrong about Jeffrey Epstein and his island. And Mossad, you're wrong about everything, dude. They were wrong about directed energy weapons not existing. Guess what? Blue pill cucks, they do exist. They were wrong about the zombie virus. Guess what? It was made in a lab. And yes, the worst fertility damage was done to everyone in the world except Israeli women and Chinese females. Israeli women. And Chinese and Israeli women. What a total coincidence. Of all the races, African, Middle East, UK, white, semi-white, Viking, up, down, Antarctic, wherever you are in the world, your fertility as a woman got crushed from the zombie virus and these vaccine stuff. okay? And the ones that got boosted were Israeli women and Chinese women. Such a total coincidence. Wow. This Zubat had sex with a Pokeball and spat that out, huh? It's a red pill SuperCycle, friends. Also, if you're curious, spoken to you about this before, what's actually in these vaccines? What's in the, you know, when they're spraying all this stuff out here in the air, in our food and the water, they're building what we call the Internet of Bodies, okay? Which is, you know how we have the World Economic, and they call it the Great Reset to make you think, oh, it's just this little thing this is reset, it's going to be fresh, but it's actually like they're basically cucking you. Well, they call it the Internet of Bodies. The Internet of Bodies is very long-term trend. It's like the normie term where they're throwing chemicals and biostructure stuff into our bodies slowly to basically hook us up to AI and Neuralink stuff. But it's happening so slowly, we don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, what's this weird thing they put in here? What's this weird thing they put next year and the year after? So that's pretty much what's been happening. I've actually got videos and stuff to go through, maybe with you later if we have time. Here we have Mr. Dirty Crypto talking about, we got PDI, August 23rd. We have LibertySwap Finance talking to Better Bank. Better Bank is the RV V3 thing that's appeared. Just be careful, friends. I don't know how to check code or anything out here. I don't know how to check code. Just be careful. That's it. I hope it all succeeds. Mark Brown. Michael Saylor is the Bitcoin final boss. This is gold. So here we have the Ibiza guy has basically become a giant meme. That's actually cool. As we've seen here, President Trump appointing pro-Bitcoin Stefan Miran to the Federal Reserve Board. So he's on the board, right? He's not the actual chairman. But yeah, we found his Bitcoin tweets. I showed you in Yummy Update. He said Bitcoin tweets of Bitcoin fixes this. So it is pro-Bitcoin, which is cool. We'll see if it builds into a bull market mania. Here we have PulseChain community Stylo saying, I've lost 15 pounds so far. Well done. Looking after your health. That's good. If you're also, friends, if you're out there, if you're looking, let's say you just want to do a kickstart to your diet. You're like, you know, maybe you don't want to go too hard at the start. Right? Well, you should. Looking after your health's good. But biggest thing, a lot of people completely underestimate is how many calories you actually drink in the day, you know? If you're having soft drink every day, I got bad news for you, dude. There was a period of my life, I remember, I didn't want to give up Coke. I was having Coke and Coke every day. I was at the gym. I was literally killing myself. I was sprinting for like 20 to 30 minutes. I was literally panting. I remember once when the fitness instructors come out, he just was checking that I was okay. I was like dying. And guess what? I couldn't lose weight. I was not losing weight because I was having a can of Coke every day. Because you go check how much is sugar in that thing. So that's how it all works. Remember, when you have sugar, you get your insulin spikes, and your body says, as soon as you have sugar, as soon as you eat, okay, your body says, oh, I don't need to burn fat anymore. I have this sugar source. And then it basically resets it for like 4 hours. That's why if you can, try to do intermittent fasting where maybe just eat between midday and like 8 o'clock and do not eat outside of those windows, right? So basically you got to skip breakfast, but you'll get used to it soon. Check this out from Bold Leonidas. Just a reminder to never buy a coin that someone has made for me. You're being farmed. I'll never endorse it. If I want to release a coin, I'll do it properly. I'll claim airdrops and stuff. So, yeah, man, all the coins and network effects and everyone in the trenches, it's pretty much, you know, can we just freaking get an Altseason, please? Here you have Gammy-chan. Reminder, I'm going to be chatting with Thread Guy, so LA Vape Cabal out here. So I've listened to all their interviews, zero alpha, and it's pretty much, literally every interview is 60 minutes of a paraphrase version of, yeah, I get in early, I dump on everybody else, and I keep doing that, and I'm winning in the trenches, and I went through a tough period of my time. It's survivorship bias, dude. Do you know how many times there's stories of someone, oh, I'm down to my last $5,000, and then it all worked out for me, but they end up buying a freaking coin, it ends up working. Do you understand people have done that? There's like 400 people behind you. It never worked out for them. So I'm here to buy and believe in something. Look at XRP, friends. XRP community showed everybody what can happen if you just sit here to believe. Look at DIY via investing. Donovan, XRP is breaking out. Retail is stacking. Awesome. So I can't wait to see what comes next. Here we have Mr. Liquidity Indicator. By Richard Hart's own metrics, PulseChain is trash. So he's showing an old post of Richard Hart from 2019 November before Hex launched a month. And he's quoting IOTA being down 90, let's see, what's this number? 96% after this short period of time. Well, hopefully Hex gets off 99% soon. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.